This is Eric and Mark with the Eric and Mark Show and our weekly Seesaw scenario. A listener writes, as I look at life through the lens of the playground rules, something stood out. I noticed a certain playground participant unfazed and unchallenged by the playground executive. They arrive at the playground and everybody gravitates towards them. Everybody looks forward to their smile and their occasional fist bump. They are the unquestioned MVP. The playground executive welcomes their presence and is not threatened by it. Then, I see another person, equally talented and equally skilled, but this one catches the playground executive's eye. Every time their talent has them shining, the bully feels the need to check it and smack them down. What is it about those who are allowed to shine without playground strife? Is it confidence? Is it strength of personality? Is it their ability to shine without making the playground executive feel threatened? Or is there something that I am missing? Mark, how say you?
Eric, so there are a number of factors. That's a really interesting inquiry, really important inquiry. So it's never really a fair playing field. That's part of the playground phenomenon itself. That's part of what we're up against. And somebody is getting an advantage and somebody is at a disadvantage, even though it seems like all other things are equal. One of the things that comes to mind is presentation. Maybe there's something about the one that came in, the team player that came in, where they have a certain way about them that demonstrates some kind of cool kid kind of confidence, and they are able to go ahead and win over with that confidence or maybe charm or whatever it is, the executive. And the other situation, maybe the one who's equally skilled and equally talented, doesn't have that same kind of confidence or self-assuredness. Maybe like myself with low self-esteem, sometimes people come in and they try to do too much to please, or they over-explain, or they end up being verbose or apologetic. I know that's what I did because my self-esteem was low. I was thankfully able to turn that around later, but maybe I was coming in as a pretty good player, but I wasn't really winning anybody over with my personality because I wasn't one of the cool kids. And I think this cool kid syndrome and mentality has been plaguing the collective youth and the playground for decades. I'm not even talking about years. I'm talking about decades. This is been going back a long time. And this understanding of the cool kid phenomenon and what makes somebody cool, or why somebody gets more, let's say, slack, or why somebody is accepted with open arms, whereas somebody else is kind of shunned or treated differently in a less advantageous way, or even bullied in some cases. I think this is something that has been explored for a long time. It's covered in many books, or let's say writings involving psychology or sociology. And I don't think that anybody has a definitive answer yet. But yes, definitely all roads for me would lead back to presentation. Not that the second kid's presentation is any way flawed, but from the standpoint of being a cool kid, maybe there's something that this person is doing, or for not being a cool kid, maybe there's something that this young person is doing which is not winning over their peers. And I can speak to that from personal experience and also from the experience of young people that I know. Something about their presentation is not lending itself to them being self-assured or sure in themselves and confident enough. And then what ends up happening is that certain types of perceived vulnerabilities are exposed. So I'd like to get your thought on that.
Yeah, brother, I couldn't agree more. To those who are listening that find yourself in the first category, more power to you. It's a great feeling to have the opportunity to be heard, understood, and that what you have to offer can be allowed to play out unchallenged and to bring value to the group you're with. If you find yourself in the second category, we truly feel your pain and want you to know you are not alone. In fact, please share your scenario below and it may make our next short Seesaw scenario. And you, Mark, and I can work the problem together. We look forward as always to being a part of the solution.